Hello, welcome to Thor Talk, the show all about Marvel's resident God of Thunder. It just turned midnight, so the Thor issue just became available, and we're going to do a live reaction to The Immortal Thor #2 by Ewing. I'm very excited. So let's begin. Once again, I have not read this issue. The only thing I've read is I've skimmed some of the preview pages. I didn't read them in depth, but this is all going to be brand new to me, and I'm really excited. So starting off with that Alex Ross cover. Obviously, Alex Ross is amazing. Okay, let's begin. Okay, first of all, very excited to see that they're going to stick around with those quotes from the Eddas. So let's see this one. Trembles Yggdrasil's ash, yet standing, groans that aged tree, and the Jotun is loosed. I'll have to look it up, where this exact quote comes from. I'm guessing it's Voluspa again, because that's usually what it is. The Jotun is loosed. It's probably Voluspa. Voluspa's a whole lot of end of the world type things, but yeah. Knowledge is power. Okay, so again, I did skim the preview page, so I got to see that this is actually a retelling of how Odin sacrificed his eye for wisdom, for knowledge, in Matt Fraction's run, which is actually a retcon of a previous, of the original story where Odin puts his eye in the well of Mimir for a drink of it in order to receive that knowledge. So it seems like Ewing is going to lean towards Fraction more than the rest of Marvel, which I guess if it is the most recent retcon, it technically should be canon. And Ewing did say that he saw something in Fraction's run which he thought was worthy of note, and he's going to build on that, so I'm not at all surprised to see it. It's just, kind of interesting. So let's see. Knowledge is power. What then of the Odin knowledge? In exchange for wisdom. Norse sacrifice, always awesome. Oh. This sacrifice. Yes. Okay, is that voice from Yggdrasil itself, or is it like a narrator? Is it Utgard-Loki? Let's see. Hangs the 10 realms of the gods. I guess at this point there should be 10 realms, since it's when Odin's much older that he rips the 10th realm, heaven, from Yggdrasil. So 10 realms is accurate at this point too. There's always a sacrifice, always a cost for the winter to end, for spring to come again. Knowledge beyond knowledge, power beyond power. All father to all son, seldom and sparingly. Your children will make theirs. Okay, again, I saw this in the preview pages already, but I think this is really interesting. First of all, really cool scene seeing, again, Odin sacrifice his eye for knowledge, and he, emerges looking absolutely awesome. But what is the sacrifice that they're saying that Thor is going to make? And it is, a fair point, which I think Ewing is going to build on. So Odin gave up a lot. He sacrificed a lot in order to acquire at least part of the Odin power. So is it really fair that Thor just inherits it just by virtue of being king? So again, they're hinting at that Thor is going to make his own sacrifice in order to achieve his own peak of power, which is going to be cool to see. Sacrifice is obviously a big theme in the Norse myths, so I'm excited to again see this kind of tying in appear here. All power has a price. The price of his power now. Okay, so as expected, Thor's lightning is doing nothing to the guy who is considered to be the ultimate lightning god. Wow. Like, that's... There might have been one in the last issue, but I think this is the first time we're really getting a sense of the scale. Look at how tiny Thor is down there and how massive Toranos is. That's really cool. And that massive bolt of lightning that Thor is shooting at him, very cool as well. Who was the god of thunder when the thunder first spoke, Toranos. The wheel of fate in his hand. Okay, I really like that. The idea that even the Odin power itself, even after it's been acquired, it is steeped in sacrifice because, like, if you use too much of it, you've got to go into the all sleep. And so now, yeah, Thor is feeling it, whereas Toranos doesn't have that issue. Again, Toranos is speaking about how the wheel is turning for Midgard. So I don't think I did much speculation before, but I'm thinking the Elder Gods are coming to kind of force Midgard to evolve of sorts. Evolve or die, perhaps. So we'll see. The time of the small gods is over. Small gods is over. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're out of preview stages now, so now it's 110% new to me, so let's see. The Thor power, linked to his wisdom, applies that wisdom. Elder Storm God. Okay, so we kind of already knew it, but that's the first official confirmation that he is an Elder God. Skyfather, Midgard's own son. And when I tell the sky of earth to open, open it shall. Again, the art is so good with Toranos. It's good in general, but Toranos, like, it looks so good. That's where the art peaks as far as I'm concerned. It looks so good. That's so great. And obviously they're doing the classic, like, ha, you missed. And then Thor's going to be like, did I? And then, yeah, Thor merely smiled. And though he was no trickster god, deign to turn your head a little. Most fascinating view? The yawning void. That's really cool. So, that's really good to see Thor being creative with Mjolnir, using different powers and abilities. Love that. He's opened up a portal to Ginnungagap, the Yawning Void. See, it's good to see Thor again being creative with his powers and using strategy as well. Like, he realizes, I cannot beat this guy. His power is far greater than my own. But I can use my abilities to send him somewhere else. For the portal. Okay, so Toranos seems to think that's not going to work, but hey, he's very close to falling in. Let's see. Oh boy. Odin's sleep is, well, all sleep. They're calling it the all sleep, which I like because, it's weird to call it the Odin sleep if it's Thor's. Okay, let's see. Oh, again, scale. Love it. Okay, first of all, great shot. Second of all, love it. Again, strategy. Thor is being smart. He is a pretty smart guy. He's been in a whole lot of battles, and he's using his powers creatively, and he's using what his opponent knows and thinks about him against him. Like, my opponent thinks I'm weak. My opponent thinks I am nothing compared to him. Let's use that to my advantage. Great. And sweep this ancient contagion from thy midst. Wow. Okay, so kind of surprising, but it makes sense given how early on in the arc it is and how great the consequences will be. Thor has, at least seemingly, next page might change things, but it looks like he has defeated Toranos in their first encounter. Again, I really like the way he did it, but he has done it. So let's see what happens. Yeah, using that much of the Odin power probably has its toll. Great job for Thor. So I was thinking like, hey, maybe he could use that special sleeping place coffin thing that was introduced in Straczynski's run, where it could only be opened from the inside. It was specifically designed for the Thor sleep, but Thor's like, no, I can't do that. Bad things are gonna happen. I can't be asleep on the job. But yeah, high stakes, man. Great. I mean, it's really nice seeing Thor again being who he is, a noble, honorable character who will not let injustice stand, will not ignore the suffering of mortals, especially when he bears some responsibility. I like the mention of Bragi, god of poetry. We don't see a whole lot of him, but good to see him mentioned. Odin in Valhalla be with me now. Okay, the mountain analogy is a good way to put what Thor has been through, is going through right now. That was a good line. You have the courage of Thor. Or Bragi. I mean, if Ewing wants to lean more into the Norse mythology aspect, he could introduce Thor's ability to revive the dead. But of course, that is, at least in the myths, as far as we know, specifically linked to his goats. But maybe could have it, cross over a bit. Though in the Lord of Asgard series, Thor tried this and it didn't go well. So I can definitely understand Thor not wanting to give that another shot. So he has restored the Statue of Liberty, saved everyone who wasn't already dead, and yeah, but clock is ticking. He's destined to fall asleep soon, and if he keeps using his power, which he is, he's going to stay asleep for a very long time. Thor is going to specifically avoid Asgard in order to keep his people safe. So Thor has specifically gone to a place where no one could be harmed. But, I mean, we'll see if he has a plan, but right now it looks like he's just finding a place to die where no one else will be hurt. So let's see. Yeah, even he admits the battle's basically over because he's about to fall asleep, and of course, Toranos is insanely powerful. Some miracle or magic. Now, who is that? Thor. And then to that desolate place. Okay, theories, theories. I probably not Gaia, but it could be. You know what? Let's just say it's Gaia, even though I'm probably wrong because we just saw her in the Utgard realm. But let's just see. Loki. That was my second guess. That was my second guess, everyone. I was right. Secondly. Yeah, things aren't looking good. Trusting Loki as a loyal subject of Asgard. Loki has been a loyal subject of Asgard for maybe a day. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's been about a day. Less than 24 hours, most likely. The most important question on which the future rests. Trust him even as his enemy. Huh? Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Expected answer. We'll see what Loki has planned. Thor loves his brother, though. Again, the art is very good. Okay. So this is a different looking Loki. So Loki as the teller of tales. There must be an ending. The wisdom of the fool. So it's over? But it's so short. It's okay. It's okay. I got spoiled on the last one because the last one was really long. But okay. So Loki has not turned on Thor, but is kind of placing himself against Thor. All right. So overall, another great issue. It's just like, why is the next issue not out already? Come on, man. Come on. Nah, it's okay. It's okay. So Loki is cooking something up. We don't know what, but looks like Thor is going to get a power boost. That's going to be exciting. Right. It's Toranos, hunt across the stars. A puzzle the size of a planet. Huh. So, based on the tease for the next issue, maybe Loki is trying to force Thor. My guess is he's trying to force Thor into a position where he can attain his own power. He's trying to force Thor into making his own Yggdrasil style sacrifice. So we don't know what that will be yet, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, well, that was it for the Immortal Thor #2. Another good issue. All right, so I'll probably get started on the review now. I'm excited to see where this goes as Thor faces the Trickster's test.